Hey everyone, Monday's weather for Weather Geeks. So welcome back to a fresh week of Arctic cold here across the eastern part of Ohio and western Pennsylvania. This remarkable pattern continues. Real quickly before we get to today's weather, one thing I posted on social media this morning was a little bit of a look at what happens in past years when we have a very, very cold February. Here's the list of 10 coldest Februaries on record in Youngstown. We're going to be number 1 by the end of this week. But here's the list, not including, of course, this year. And this breaks down what happened then in March and for the spring season, March, April, May, as a whole, temperature-wise. Well, in the cases of March, it's kind of a mixed bag. We, in the coldest February on record previous to this year, 1934, March was cold, minus 4.5. Same with 1978, 5 degrees below average for March after the cold February. But 79, 1963, they were a little warmer than average, and same thing with 2007. 1968 was pretty close to average, above in 36, below in 58, quite a bit below in 47, and then just last year, the 10th coldest February on record, it was a cold month of March as well. But then when you look at the spring season, the 3 months of meteorological spring, there's more cold springs than warm following a cold February. There's only 2007 and 1936. There's only 2 out of 10 that were above average, and they weren't above average by much. And there's probably any number of reasons for this. One of the reasons may be when you have a cold February, a lot of times that means you've got an extensive ice pack on all the Great Lakes, and air masses during the spring can't warm up as much when they're flowing over all that cold water. We saw that last year, and this year with record ice cover on the Great Lakes, I think we're going to see a spring that doesn't. The odds don't favor it being a warmer than average spring. Now it might be close to average, but the odds are not there. It doesn't look like for an above average spring, partially because of those cold water temperatures on the Great Lakes. All right, wind chills as I record this a little before 2 o'clock. We've got minus 12 in Youngstown, 17 below Erie, 11 below in Cleveland is what it feels like. Here's the actual temperatures. Let me zoom in on our local area here. Now, temperatures this morning were below 0, and we're going to be below 0 again tonight, and more below 0 temperatures at the end of the week. Here's a look at the temperatures just around 2 o'clock. 5 in Youngstown, 5 in Ravenna. It's only 11 in Pittsburgh, so yeah, it's another pretty awfully cold afternoon out there, especially considering we're now into the last week of February. We're far away now from the bottom of the curve as far as averages. Averages are increasing at a pretty decent clip now. A lot of the gray you see on the satellite today is snow cover, not clouds. It's nice and sunny out there. In the meantime, they've got an ugly storm down here in the south, ice and snow for Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana. This is going to come east and impact parts of Georgia and Alabama, the Carolinas as well. Our weather overall this week, aside from the cold, fairly benign. Let's talk about the cold because it is significant and it is going to have an impact on our school adjustments throughout the course of the week. I got a lot of feedback on Facebook and Twitter this morning about the school adjustments. Some districts doing a lot of testing this week. Some, as a result, did not cancel this morning. Some had testing and canceled anyway. It's a crapshoot. It goes district by district, and I had to remind my Twitter followers in particular, because I picked up a lot of high school students on Twitter this morning, new followers, and I had to remind them that school closings are not my area of expertise, because sometimes the process doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'll give you the weather forecast, but I can't really give you an accurate forecast as to what the schools are going to do. Anyway, wind chills tomorrow morning will be about the same neighborhood they were this morning. Now, the GFS model here would have you believe the wind chills close to minus 20. That might be a little overdone because I don't think there's much of a breeze for a lot of the night. So minus 15 to minus 20 on average. A lot of us closer to minus 15 for the wind chills. Later tonight into tomorrow morning, no doubt there'll be at least some 2-hour delays tomorrow morning. Now, Wednesday morning, ahead of our next cold front, cold, but not harsh, not horrible. Wind chills will probably be between 0 and 5 above. Relative heat wave Wednesday morning. But then Thursday morning, as this next Arctic push comes in, here we go, 10 to 15 below probably for wind chills Thursday morning. Friday morning, now the GFS here would have you believe the wind chills are close to 30 below Friday morning. Again, that's probably a little bit overdone, but I think we're probably in the 20 to 25 range below 0 for wind chills Friday morning. So there's a lot of cold coming this week. Thankfully, it is not going to be accompanied by much snowfall. Let's talk about what weather systems will be impacting our region this week. Our next Arctic cold front will approach late in the day tomorrow and into tomorrow night. Here's tomorrow evening, Tuesday evening, cold front out here. Well, you could probably draw a warm front in here, and by the end of Tuesday, some flurries and snow showers around. Those will continue into tomorrow night, and at least the first half of the day Wednesday. This is probably a coating to an inch or so out of these snow showers. A nuisance. Watch for slick spots, but probably not more than an inch in any one spot. The rest of the week, again, fairly quiet. Thursday, there's this little system that's going to try to bring just a touch of snow to the region. The jury's still out on whether that actually gets in here or not, or if it's just a southeast Ohio thing. But again, even if we do get a little dusting of snow Thursday, it's not a big storm. Weather's quiet Friday. It's quiet Saturday. Here's Saturday morning. Boy, does this look cold. 1045 millibars, high pressure over Ohio. That means the wind will be calm, the sky will be clear. Snow on the ground. Saturday morning could be really, really cold. As we head into the rest of the weekend then, the GFS would have you believe that moisture increases here on Sunday with a possible precipitation event late in the weekend into early next week. Thankfully, that next system probably does draw up some milder air, so here we are today, modest warm-up ahead of the next front, and then cold at the end of the week, single digits, lower teens at best, Thursday and Friday. And then over the weekend by Sunday, we'll probably try to get above freezing, same idea Monday. Now, I have been talking about in the longer range how the pattern as we head into March does not look as cold. Now, it doesn't look warm. If you're looking for an early spring, this isn't your pattern. But I do think that as we head into March, the pattern will be more favorable for some average days anyway. Wouldn't that be nice? Sure, it looks kind of cold here on the GFS extended forecast here around the 4th and 5th, but you don't see a lot of teens and single digits for the first part of March. It's probably below average, but not nearly as far below average as the February pattern. Again, I think it's in the bag that this will go on record as the coldest February on record in Youngstown. So, boy, we deserve a nice spring. I hope we get it. I'll have more insight into the spring forecast as we head through the week. It's a quiet week weather-wise, so I'll have some time to look at the extended forecast and see what spring is likely to bring. So stay tuned for those updates on social media, and you'll see me tonight, as always, on 21 News at 6 and 11. Thank you for watching Weather for Weather Geeks.